around where we live called Nelson's Hill, and I think he's nearly lived up that. He goes up it every about second or third day. So, you know, all credit to everybody that's worked with him that got him fit, and you know, he felt it, but I mean, it wasn't as if he was totally exhausted, and he recovered really well. So.
Has he been swimming too?
I think he's done everything.
Yeah, would you three mind talking a little bit about your rides today, how you felt they went, and if there was anything on the course that surprised you when you rode it that you didn't look at the same way when you walked it?
I was thrilled with my mare. She really fought for it. You know, went out, knew you had to ride every combination. You know, it was a lot of big questions. And especially after the hold, you know, she really had to fight for it through the head of the lake to kind of get back in her rhythm and everything. And, you know, everything kind of rode the way I expected it to. You know, I knew going out that I was going to have to fight for it and really focus on being accurate, and so I was quite happy with it.
I think that the course really encouraged forward riding, and as you saw, a lot of horses did go well for that. I was delighted with how the course rode. I knew for my two horses it was a decent track and a big test. I think you know, there are certain things on the course here in Lexington that do throw up surprises. You never quite know how the coffin's going to ride, some of the waters. And then we had the double of the hedges on the angle that we all looked at all week, scratching our heads, and actually it rode very well indeed. I think most horses went through there without incident at all, and just shows, I think, if you have confidence in the course designer and you try to ride as he would hope that you were going to ride, the horses then respond, and it was a very transparent course. Horses could see their way through the fences, and the ones that were bold and forward-going were well rewarded. I was thrilled with both my horses, but particularly by my hero, who's much less experienced. It's actually the first time he's done a 3-day up and down hills like that. A lot of his 3 days in the past have been flat, whether it's Poe or Tattersalls or, you know, it's a very different track here. So very happy with him. He was a little bit surprised by the head of the lake, but it didn't seem to matter. I know with him that when he can see where to go, he's going to go there, and he's clever as a cat and super genuine. So I was delighted with him, and he carried his tubby little body around inside the time as well. So that was a bonus. But tomorrow he'll look like he's ready to start the competition.
Yeah, I agree. I think the conditions were just ideal for the running today. And my first horse, I think, really learned a lot today. You know, I tried to ride him forward and aggressively, but still give him time to look at the jumps. And you know, I think he got better and better. And Mr. Medicott's been around so many courses throughout the world. I was just hanging on and letting him do it. So it was a pretty easy trip for him.
Philip, why did you scratch Mighty Nice?
Unfortunately, he twisted his shoe on Thursday, and I've been sort of dealing with putting a shoe on and off with it. And so he warms out of it, and he did a nice dressage test, but when you start up, he's a bit sore on it. So I think it was not worth the risk of running him around if he wasn't quite right. So hopefully we might be able to get him to the event in Germany or something like that.
Next, Julie in front. Cheryl up here. Oh, go ahead. Julie, you'll wait till next one. Give you exercise. Where's she going?
Could each of you talk about how your horses do in the show jumping part and what you sort of are looking forward to in that part?
Actually, kind of the tough thing is all spring over here. Most of our show jumpings have been before cross country. So obviously they're quite a bit fresher. So tomorrow, you know, I think we're just going to be dealing with horses that run a 4-star and hoping that they're carrying over the carefulness that they normally are.
Yeah, that is a question that we all dread. Hopefully the horses will come out. Hopefully Ben, my hero, will feel good and will jump very well. He can jump very well. He's a real trier. He'll also find it quite exciting in there. He'll be peeking at everything, and he just, if he's concentrating, he should jump well. So, got my fingers crossed. But I think at the moment it's just, enjoying the moment and hoping he's okay, which hopefully he is. So let's see what happens tomorrow. But I'm thrilled with him, and if he jumps clear, brilliant. And if he doesn't, he still will have had a great competition and would have learned a lot for it.
Yeah, I think we'll just see how they are tomorrow. Mine are both good jumpers, but it's a long competition for them, so we'll just be out there trying to do our best.
Julie? Or did we cover it?
Just wanted to ask Philip, how easy has it been to build up a partnership with Mr. Mennicott after he's had two other top-class riders riding him?
I don't know, I think we got along pretty good. He sort of more goes like a thoroughbred horse, and I sort of learned a lot of my trade on hot thoroughbred horses, so it's been a little bit like coming home to a horse like this. I'm not quite as comfortable with the real slow, cold ones, and so I don't know, I think we got along pretty good, and I've had to sort of give in a little bit to how he wants to go, and I think he's starting to get a little bit respect for what I want to do as well, so we're trying to form a partnership that way.
Any last questions?
Given that there's endurance required not only of the horse but of the rider, is there anything particular you do for your personal fitness?
I like to do a lot of Pilates and running. I think a lot of it's just I'm quite tall and everything, and I just try to stay light, and Pilates is good strength, and running just for up your heart rate and everything.
I do a little bit of running as well, not too much because it makes me a bit stiff, but it does really help. Just give you the edge. I find if you're riding a lot of horses in a day and it's hot, and maybe one or two are giving you a harder ride, I think it's just great to be just a little bit fitter than you are just from riding. But it's always one of those things. I think for a lot of riders, it's just fitting it in and finding the time to do a bit of that. But it can only help, and I think Pilates is a great thing to do as well.
Yeah, I think it's very important to be fit, and I think everybody's got to be a bit different. I ride a lot of horses, and I find that that's the best way to stay fit. If I go on a trip somewhere and I don't ride as much, well then I try to exercise or run or play tennis or do something like that to keep the weight in check.
I'd like to very quickly just remind everyone that this year we initiated for the first time the Dubarry of Ireland Team Challenge. So when you check our results, we will have team standings. If you look online, you scroll to the bottom of the individual rankings and you'll see the team standings. But I can tell you that as of right now, the United States leads, followed by Great Britain, and in third is Canada. So double check that when you see the results.